So, fun fact about Alexa Losey. Alexa has the most insane Rolodex of friends. Like, if you asked this girl about 25 different amazing people in LA, she would probably have each of their number, each of their contact. Like, she knows everybody. It is amazing. And yeah, that's my
Wow.
fun fact for the day.
That's a good fun fact.
I'm not mad at it. It's probably pretty accurate too.
It's very,
Also,
very true. I feel like you know literally everyone.
I
So
like
if anyone's
people.
gonna hack into your phone and steal your contact book, you're the phone to break into because you.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like I think somebody figured that out. Do you remember that whole year that like celebrities were getting their phones hacked into?
Were you?
I was like the one. No, I was like the normal person who was like going through so many like security procedures. I still don't have iCloud backed up on my phone because I was traveling last summer and my phone got stolen in London. Like somebody snatched it out of my hand as I was walking, and I was like, there goes literally everything because I don't back up my phones anymore. Because
Oh my
I don't
God.
have iCloud.
Well,
Wow.
that's a fun fact. That's a fun fact to kick it off.
Because yeah, it was interesting, but it was also really bad at the same time because so many people's numbers got leaked and it like wasn't my fault, but someone was smart enough to realize that like going through mine, you could have gotten like an entire friend groups.
Wow, so I was like very right. Like I haven't even rolled the intro and like we already have the drums.
Oh my God.
Roll the intro. Let's roll the intro.
Welcome back to Poddy Talk,
the podcast where we shit talk ourselves.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Tor. And today we have the YouTube queen, Alexa Losey is here.
Yeah.
I cannot. You're Tor. I'm Alex.
True. It's like the short form.
Join in the little intro. Let's do it again. I'm Jack.
I'm Tor.
I'm Alex.
And we are here to make your day better. No, but seriously, Alexa, so excited to have you on the podcast today. I feel like your journey and your career is so intriguing and amazing and successful and all of these things. And so I want to go back to the very beginning. I was looking at your YouTube the other day. You have been posting for the past 8 years, which is absolutely insane. Tell me about this journey. Like, how did it all begin? Why YouTube? What took you to the platform? And I mean, obviously, I know you've transitioned since then, and it's not all YouTube. You're consulting, you're on Hulu, you have all these things, but let's start at the beginning.
Wow, you really just made me you really made me feel like I was like, wow, that life sounds exciting.
Yeah, who's that? Is that me?
That's the life you've lived. That's the life you've lived. But yeah, nearly 1 million subscribers. Like, tell me about that.
I hit 1 million at one point, and then when you stop making videos consistently, people just kind of stop. So I've been there. I know what
You'll
that
have
feels
multiple 1 million moments, then that's even better. You get to
had
that again and relive.
One moment that was really weird though is like I hit 1 million and then like I kind of stopped making videos, and like 3 months later I probably was at like 900, 8 whatever, close to 1 million, and then I made a video with a friend, and that like kind of like boosted just like maybe a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Or I was at the Too Faced headquarters, and that's when I kind of like mentally told myself like, okay, cool, like I love this brand, but like I'm not really on YouTube anymore. And they were like so excited to have YouTubers. They threw this in giant like 1 million subscriber party as if it was like the first time I had hit 1 million subscribers.
You didn't tell them, right? You had to play it off for sure.
Oh, I had to play it off being like, oh my God, did I hit 1 million? Crazy. Like I have no idea.
That's funny.
But I celebrated hitting 1 million on the Hulu show that I worked on. So
was that the first time?
The first time I hit 1 million.
Okay.
And then now hopefully if I become a YouTuber again, I'll get to hit 1 million all over again. And that's probably when it's actually going to like mean the most. Cause
that is too funny.
What was it like posting that first video? Cause you were like, this is back when you were Smoky Pink Leopard. Like this.
Oh, you know.
Oh, I know. I was like an avid YouTube watcher from the I mean, that's the whole reason why even I started YouTube. Like it was watching people like you and other OG creators. What was it like posting that first video?
I mean, it wasn't like anything. When I talk about it, it seems like such a different life, like such a different, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it was my life anymore. I feel like I just like watched a movie.
Watched a movie, turned it off.
I mean, I just like attribute so much of like why I became a YouTuber and why I did it to Blair Fowler.
Oh my God, juicy
stuff.
But the story is like the 360 of all of it is actually crazy. So I became a YouTuber because I loved Juicy Star and I loved Shane Dawson. They were like the two creators that I was like, if I could be somewhere in the middle of both of these two, I would be so happy. And I think in the prime of my YouTube, I kind of was, in the sense that I was making like really kind of dark comedy beauty videos that I really wasn't even, I didn't even know that I was making dark stuff. Like I just would like joke that I would like lock my friends in the closet and like feed them in beauty products, and like that to me was very normal. But the first time I made a video, I was 16. I was in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house that's up for sale right now, which is also weird. But yeah, I was just there. I didn't have any friends. I had so many rules growing up. I didn't really like see eye to eye with people. I was inspired by these two people that also seemed like they were kind of like outcasts in their own little world, but they have found this way to be these like leaders almost in this like virtual community that was kind of erupting, that I feel like was inevitable because entertainment was just a very no new friends club.
True.
So when I made my first video, I think I was like hyper aware of kind of what the community was, but at the same time was like, okay, I just want to do this. It's fun. I didn't know you could really make money from YouTube. I actually didn't really know that people could watch your videos. I made the first 5 or 6 thinking that like I was just uploading them for myself and that like I could go back and watch them. And then it turns out like there would be like 150 views on a video, or like one video that was like what I got for Christmas got like 1,000 views. And I was looking at it like, that's not real. And then I was like, oh, there are people that are like emailing me, or like I gotten a couple messages, or like there was another creator. Oh my gosh, Sarah Bell.
Oh my God, yeah, Sarah Bell 93X, baby.
So Sarah Bell 93X, like I liked her videos, and then I realized that she was commenting on my videos and like all these things, and like and naturally I was just like so interested by all these other girls that were making YouTube videos. And like Sarah lived in Kentucky, and there was a girl Mimi that lived in Missouri, and there was another girl that lived in Maine, and like we would all just get on these video chats and talk to each other.
Wow.
And, like I found this place where it wasn't even like I was doing YouTube, because I really liked making videos and it was fun, but at the same time it was like how I finally made my first group of friends. And then like I met a girl named Lauren that I'm still friends with, and she lived in Chicago. And then I met a girl named Claudia who lived in Chicago, and we would all go to like these YouTube conferences, and that to me was like my equivalent of going to like a high school party.
Right.
Like, whoa, like I'm meeting all these people that I know on the internet. And then that kind of branched out of like beauty to like wanting to do other stuff, because I made friends with these guys that had this like all guys collab channel with like comedy videos, and like befriended other kinds of YouTubers that I feel like I had more interest in the content that they were making. But yeah, the first video didn't really feel like anything. I thought it was something that only I could watch. And I thought it was something that was just like fun to do. And then I think it was kind of like within the first year I had like a manager, and I like had like
that's fast. That's really
it was kind
fast.
of crazy. That's like I look back, I think it's just because no one was really doing it.
Right.
It's like the early days of TikTok. It was like if you were one of the first people to get on TikTok, people wouldn't even really know like, does this girl really make great content? Like, I don't really think my content was anything spectacular. I think I was just like a little bit more vulnerable because I was more naive than most people. And I had like networked, AKA made really natural friendships with people.
Right. And it was just good timing.
Like I didn't have the mentality of like, oh, I'm going to collab with these people, or I'm going to befriend this person to blow up. It was just like, this person's really interesting. And like, I want to make a video talking about the things I like because I live here and she lives in New York. And it just like,
just a happy accident.
Well, there's something I always say, there's something to be said for that like interesting time in YouTube from like 2010 to even like 2013. It was like such a special time in the sense that it seemed just more pure. That's the only way I can describe it. And all of those relationships and those communities grew so organically. And then, you know, it turned out to all these companies, they find out they can be making money and whatever, monetizing everything. And then that's when the shift kind of happened, which not necessarily a bad thing, but it did change the landscape of it all. But it's interesting. You say you don't really know necessarily why you blew up, but I think something about your videos, it still rings true today, is that you have this sense of like, you're so genuine. You don't have the lights, all this
glitz and glam.
Yeah, glitz and glam, the filter. You're just like so authentically yourself, and you share your story honestly, and you have this way, I think, for people to feel connected. Do you ever find a struggle with being so authentic and putting everything out there?
That's why I kind of stepped away for a long time, was because I think in my head, like, I was so used to my friends that were so good at producing content. And for me, I've just like never been good at it. Like, I think I look weird with lights on my face. I think I look weird with too much makeup on my face. Like, I am actually like I really overthink things, and I also get like frustrated at times that I'm not as good as technically as other YouTubers. Like I remember looking at like Connor Franta's content when I was like super close with him and we were making videos together, and just seeing like how his brain works like so analytically, and so like he's such a good editor, and he's so good at getting like the right shots, and he has an amazing eye for things. And I think for me, I was frustrated because I was like, I guess I'm just going to talk about my feelings and what I think is funny, because I think that's the only thing that people really relate to. But then I find myself now, like the few YouTubers that I watch, like very few of them have like polished content. Like I can respect a Tati video all day long, but I can't get myself sucked into it. It's like they're beautiful and they're set up and they're like structured and they're like, gorgeous. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I want to watch like some like random vlogger that like has 100,000
David Dobrik all day long. You know, I love
even
him.
David Dobrik is like structured and like
now
I like
it
his
is,
videos too.
Yeah.
But it's structured and it's like you can tell that there's a plan and whatever.
There's a formula, yeah.
I like watching people that have like kind of semi-normal lives, even if they are a kind of bigger YouTuber. I like to watch their random things that people would probably find really boring.
Yeah,
totally.
And so I think that's like, maybe that's the audience that's what I like to watch. So maybe I like subconsciously put that out.
I kind of, it makes sense though. I think there is like this weird shift because it started out, you know, back in whatever, 2009, 2010, when YouTube started to get momentum, where it was exactly what you're just talking about. There's no background music. There's no fancy lights.
The
there's
golden age of YouTube.
Exactly. There's no fancy lenses and gear. We're all just literally filming on like even webcams, right? Webcams. Oh my God, throwback. My favorite childhood game.
Yeah.
And then it shifted to everyone investing in all this gear, crazy setups, crazy backgrounds.
Yeah.
And then I feel like in the past 3-4 years, we're shifting away from that. It's back to that more like raw, if you want to say, video style and content where it's not overly produced, really set up. And again, that's just what people, I think, see themselves in.
So crazy.
Yeah, because it's like if I want to watch a really produced YouTube video, I'll watch like a Jubilee video or like a cut video. Because even like I think Best Dressed is like such a good example of somebody that takes like the elements of being like an old school YouTuber, like merging it with like really, really highly produced content. And I also like how like vocal and vulnerable she is about like how crazy it makes her go. Yeah. Because like I feel like when you put on this image that it's like very easy to do this, it's like, no, dude, like she's losing her mind and she tells you that she's going crazy.
For sure.
But even that, like, I love watching her videos, but then after that, I want to watch like an hour-long vlog of someone that has not edited anything. Yeah. So it's just weird. It's interesting to like see kind of what you gravitate toward as a consumer. But I have a hard time watching creators that make such high-produced content and don't include any element of their life.
Right.
Like, there are so many people that are like technically perfect YouTubers. And like people love them. They're getting millions of views a video. Like I literally don't even make videos right now. So like I don't have any leg to talk, but I still want to watch like an hour-long unedited random video. Watch HRH.
Oh, that's so funny that you said that. I was literally this morning. That's what I watched her video. She posted one today about like her mom or something, talking about her dogs in the car, like
and not editing, and like there's like
Skinny Legend latte, like she's just screaming, and it makes no sense. But you just want to have it, like I mean, I live alone, so it's just like it's like a little friend talking in the background as I make breakfast. Like it just feels more normal.
Interesting.
And she's also just like she screams, which I love, and like people hate her opinion.
He's
and I
so
like
polarizing.
But like I don't agree with her either. Like there's some things where I'm like, I get where you're coming from and I respect where you're coming from, but like no. But like I still want to watch it. And I think she does a really good job of educating viewers into kind of being scared of not like being a bad viewer.
Yeah.
And she's totally right in all of it.
Yeah. And I think
she's like, click the affiliate code.
No, literally, exactly. It's everything backwards by, you know, traditional standards of what you should be doing. But there is something, and I think that's why, you know, I gravitate to her, you gravitate towards her, because it's different, but it's also real.
Yeah.
Very
interesting.
And she makes you not hate her for having like 8 zillion kind of useless designer bags.
Totally.
You're like, you deserve it. And you're like making jewelry in your living room. And like,
And then just like
Oh, that's
segues
funny.
into all of her new like jewelry and like selling you on it. You're like, I kind of need to buy it now. Like
I made a couple orders this quarantine. I'm not gonna
that's
lie.
too funny.
So clearly it's working. But anyways, to segue out of the YouTube world, because I know you did take, well, I guess you're currently still on a hiatus from YouTube, but there was a point in time where you had sort of taken a big chunk, a year, 2 years of time,
2 years.
where you then were focusing on other things. And that was like school, and that was consulting, and all these things that weren't necessarily going online, but were obviously changing you as a person and impacting your life growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about that experience a bit? And was it a great way to find growth, like kind of stepping away from the platform?
I mean, it's so weird now because I look at it and like when I'm talking to people, do say I'm in like a retired YouTuber. And like I might step back in from retirement, but like I truly don't know. And I even like tell people, I'm like, unsubscribe if you really feel like I'm never gonna come back.
Yeah.
Like if I come back, I'll come back, and it's probably not in a way that you expect.
Right.
So like, by all means, if I come back, it is on my own terms. It's not to appease any viewers. It's not to appease a brand. It's not to appease a manager. It's because like I'm doing it. And to be totally honest, like I feel like I was on YouTube for 2 years, kind of after like 2013, 2014, 2015, when things were like really fun, and they kind of got like, I just like lost YouTube friends that I thought were real friends for like these branded partnerships. And because now like certain brands were doing this, and if you kind of shed your friends behind, you could like move on with this. And for me, that just didn't make any sense. And then I started, I did school the whole time I did YouTube. I think I took 6 months off of school until I graduated from like high school to then. But like, yeah, I moved to LA to go to college. I didn't move to LA to be a YouTuber, which is like, so
wait, where are
I
you
think
from originally?
I'm from Laguna Beach.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like from California, which like some YouTuber made this like backhanded comment to me, like, yeah, just not all people are like cut out to live in LA. I'm like, bitch, I'm from here. Like, what are you talking about?
Literally from here.
Bitch, try to make it in my hometown. Good luck.
Oh my God, seriously. I just think of Lauren Conrad. Like,
oh my God, yeah.
She's there.
She's there.
You know, when you're from there, you think you're never going to go back. And then I've been spending so much time at my parents' house because it's empty right now. So like that's kind of been between LA there and quarantine. So I like go up to LA on the weekdays to work, go back home to just like be in the sun and the weekends.
That's so nice.
But now that I'm there, I'm like, am I going to move back here?
Yeah, you're like maybe this is special. Because that's something about, I mean, you know, I feel this way, Alexa, because I always think the vibe in LA is just so different than Canada and Toronto. Like when I'm out with you in Madison, I'm like, this is a different world. Like the people are different. The vibe is different. Did you find like being a young teenager and like being in that like LA scene? Cause you were like in the heat of with all these super famous YouTubers. Like what was that like?
I don't even think like I look back on it and like I'm really happy that I never did drugs and I was only like abusing alcohol as an underage kid. Like I'll just say it. Like I am so thankful that like my like like my best friends that I was like really like crushing it with or like partying with in LA when I was like 18, 19, 20 are like still my best friends. So like I'm thankful for that, but I'm like really thankful we didn't get like swept up into the scene of things because like it was not real life. And like the stuff that goes down, like I think because I'm still in LA, like when I leave LA, I'm like, people are doing that on like a Tuesday. Even like I don't know, like LA isn't like, I feel like when you're in LA, you're with like me and Madison, and like Madison and I are like, I feel like both like very wholesome fun. There's, like, crazy shit that happens.
No, totally.
That, like, a group of girls and I that like really weren't friends, we were all kind of like talking about this like one thing that happened a couple of years ago, and I don't know if I'm going to talk about it yet, so I don't want to like totally go into it. But we were like, holy shit, like that we are all in such different groups. Like there was definitely a group of kids that were like really druggy kids. There was a group of kids that were like kind of dabbled. There was a kids that kind of did like seedy stuff, and then I feel like we were kind of just like adjacent but wholesome.
Fun, like maybe. invited to the party, but like stood in the corner. You know?
Invited, but like in bed by one. Like, invited, like took shots and left. Like,
exactly.
Invited, had a vodka cran, bailed.
And
went to the diner.
The makeup's off by like a nice 1 a.m. and you're in bed. Like life is right. I can't complain.
Yeah, totally.
So good. I feel like it's really interesting because then I guess, I mean, growing up in California, you've had both the experiences of, you know, just regular everyday life and then being in that scene.
Whoa.
What are some big misconceptions that you feel like people have about the whole LA influencer, YouTuber, actress life?
I think it's something that's like, I've really learned in quarantine now that I've like, I mean, you can't live any lifestyle in quarantine.
True.
Like that's why like I've really been kind of trying to step away from content too right now, is because like making aspirational quarantine content just seems really weird.
Right.
And that's kind
horrifically tone deaf. Like
it's just
living
it's
my
weird.
life. Yeah.
It's weird, but just like everyone's coping with it their own way. It's whatever. But I think it's really made me realize that like going to a party where they're serving caviar and champagne on a Wednesday to like launch a new eye cream is like not normal. It's like very weird, and it's something that you're supposed to like experience only like every now and again as a treat. And in LA, it's just normal.
It's just every day. Quarantine and champagne.
That's like it exactly though. Like it sounds weird, and I think that's like the misconception is people also see that on Instagram Live, and you realize that you didn't even like live in the moment of what that's actually supposed to be. Like you'll see all these like Instagram stories of like a spa day, but like a spa day is supposed to be relaxing. If I'm on like an influencer spa day, I'm like, where's my phone? I should be filming this for the brand, or like I should be doing this. And it's like you see all these things, and there's like a couple influencers in particular that I see them and I like forget that that's not real because I like know them in real life. So I don't know.
That's the weirdest thing. Like we should know better. Like we see both sides of it, but it's so easy to fall into the trap of, oh, it looks so pretty. It looks so fun. Like I wish I was doing that. But you're like, I know what that's like. It's not what it's all cracked up.
Like I'm never going to complain about a brand trip in my life because it's the best. But I don't think people realize that you go on the brand trip for like 2 days. Basically enough time to just scrape up some content and make it look like you were on a lit 2-week vacation.
Oh, exactly. That's gonna span a whole month for me for sure.
And it's like they're amazing. They're so much fun because yes, it's like they put you in the best situations to get the most beautiful photos. For the brand, whatever. You can't complain about it. It's part of your job, and it's like the most amazing part of your job. But I think it's like that's even something where it's like a parallel to like the life in LA, where it's like you think that's life in LA all the time. You think it's so great constantly, but then in reality, it's like, have you seen the show Hollywood yet on Netflix?
No, is it good?
Watch it. The ending is kind of weird, but it really made me realize, because it like takes place in the 40s, but it's as if like they were rewriting Hollywood, what Hollywood could have looked like.
Right.
And you watch it and you're like, that is just so accurate to like, maybe not like actor life, but like definitely influencer life. You think it's going to be this one thing, and in reality it's like totally different, but they've done a really good job of making it seem like amazing and wonderful. And
it's so fascinating because I guess like this whole gen is still the group of people that is paving the way for influencers. And I mean, me and Tor talk about it all the time, but it's going to be really interesting to see what the psychological effects are. I mean, if not immediately, but in 25, 35, 50 years, like if, you know, there's going to be those group of people who blow all their money. They realize in 5 years, the roller coaster has ended and they're off their high. And they get used to that caviar on a Tuesday kind of lifestyle. And then when that's gone, so is their identity. And I think it's going to be a huge wave I think it will be a crisis for all of those people. It's going to be very fascinating. It can go both ways, but that's something that, I mean, it seems like you have the same philosophy, but Tor and I talk about that all the time. It's like, take it for what it's worth. Like in the moment, have the best time, make the best of it. But it's like, we need to recognize like that is not normal. So fun.
It's a privilege.
What? Like, it's
I think it's even like beyond a privilege. It's like a fluke.
It's
also the whole thing where it's like
a big like, fluke.
Totally. But it's also the whole idea that it's like literally nothing is free. Nothing is free. And you think it is. And it's like, even if it's like the cost of like your sanity in the future, I don't know. That's why quarantine has really made me realize like what actually makes me happy. Because like I think I've been lucky that I've got to sit in this like influencer space for 8 years, which is like really crazy to think about.
That's a huge amount of time.
It's pretty nuts. But I'm even in a place now where I'm like, am I gonna like step out of this willingly, or am I gonna just like continue this in my own way? And I think I'm just gonna do it in my own way, realizing that like you can't, it's so easy to get comfy in like LA life.
For sure.
Like, I think there's especially like this like weird stigma too of like, there's like I feel like there's girls that are doing this for the sake of that lifestyle. Not because they have like an urgency to share things, but because they want to be invited to those parties, because they want that. And then you just see them like, I feel like we've kind of all like drifted into this like Instagram world kind of organically. Like you guys both were doing other stuff before you were on Instagram, but it's like there's people that like that's their aspiration is to like be reposted by
be Instagram famous.
And it's like there's also nothing wrong with it, but I look at it and then I'm like seeing the way that they treat their boyfriends, and I'm seeing the way that they like treat their friends, and like it's the fact that like everyone's just kind of like stopping their life or shifting their life to like aspire to do
to like accommodate this like app, essentially. Like
weird.
Everything is put on hold to accommodate this photo or this moment, and it's just a really strange thing.
Totally. Or like I feel like I'm just sharing a bunch of personal stories that are not cohesive to this whole thing.
No,
I'm so sorry.
I'm living.
I'm living. Nightmare.
No, this is great.
But I have one friend, and her boyfriend is like super, super high profile to the point where like, but she doesn't want that spotlight. Like no one knows that they're dating. They are so private. No one knows who she is. Like she doesn't have an Instagram. We've just been friends.
That is a 2020 flex for sure.
Oh
yeah,
no, exactly. The fact that no one knows that this person has a girlfriend and that she is his girlfriend is crazy. Cool. They like don't go out together for that reason. If they do, they go to like they'll be like, meet me here, and it's like a random bar in the middle of like Encino. Like Encino is in the middle of nowhere for people that are listening.
Yeah,
like, they are so low profile to like a glory level.
Whoa.
But because of that, like she has felt like really inhibited in doing stuff in her own career, because she's like, I don't want to get attention for this. Like I'm nervous about pursuing this because I don't want it to ruin my relationship. And like, she's totally in the right, because she's someone that like sees the influencer life and is like, that's not what I want. I don't want to get invited on a vacation because my boyfriend does something that people think is cool. She's like, I just want to hang out with him.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing. No matter like what your intentions are, people on the internet will, oh my God, someone's like trying to call me.
But she's still like, a couple people have figured it out, and she gets like hate mail all the time.
That's terrible.
And I'm like, she doesn't want this. Like,
exactly. And then people will frame up these stories like, oh, you're using this person for this. And it's like, no matter what place of intent. I mean, I think, and it goes back to, again, what we always say, if you know someone in real life, you know what their intentions are and what they're like. But if you don't know these people just chalk up these ideas, write these stories. And
they don't know.
Exactly. And it can screw with people in real life, and people don't get it.
Totally.
That's upsetting.
These are like two, like that girl that I was talking about, and then another girl are like two of my oldest friends in LA. We all met in like a random party when we were 16. We've been friends for so long. Yeah. So another girl, she was like, well, like, I feel like she was like, I don't like, we didn't know this other girl, but she was really, really close with the one girl. So we're like, invite her to like this dinner or whatever. And the whole dinner, she was like trying to vlog the dinner. And my friend like didn't know how to say, like, she also like wasn't a YouTube vlogger. So that's why the whole thing was awkward, is it wasn't like she was like a regular vlogger and we kind of like knew what we signed up for. It's like we were under the impression that we were going on like a close
girls'
friends,
night,
like, really chill dinner. Not even like a girls' night. We were at like a restaurant with no alcohol. Like we were like literally just having like homey dinner. Like
that's just a lack of social awareness though. It's
and
like,
just like whips out a vlog camera, and she like,
what's up everybody? We're here to like what?
Exactly. And she, like, I think my friend just felt so bad because she's like, I don't want to act like I'm like trying to have a superiority complex asking her not to vlog, but like at the same time, like this is just like, I don't want this on the internet.
Yeah.
And it's just that where I'm like, I see that happen in LA literally all the time. I see people that are like friends of big YouTubers that then become YouTubers. And it's just like such a thing where it's like, if it's something that you love to do and it's fun, like no judgment, do it. But it's just like, there's so many times where you can just see like what it is. It's not like that person even tries to do anything different. They literally just make content to get views with that person's name in it.
No, it makes you feel like bad almost though, because it's coming from a place, it must be coming from a place of insecurity or desperation, and
or you just see this like fake life and you're like, well, I want to be a part of it.
Exactly. Well, even like on a similar kind of vibe, me and Tori say this all the time too. Like say we're at an event, brand trip, whatever it is, and say there's this epic experience. You know how they make, like you'll be doing this ice skating or whatever the thing is, right? And there'll be people that are there to get the photo and whatever. I respect it. But something that I strive to do, I know Tori does, and it sounds like, again, you're a very similar mindset. It's like finding that balance. It's like, we want to be able, sure, get that cute photo, post it, I get it. But also, I want to be there tobogganing down that hill, having a great time. No one to
like I want to enjoy it.
Totally.
Yeah.
I want to belly dive across the lake, even though that gave me a big bruise. But
Alexa also went to Lake Louise.
Oh,
you want to know? Yeah.
Oh my God, it was the best ever. Except like I was waking up at like 5 a.m. to go on like hikes with all these like old little tourists.
Wait, really?
And then everyone else would be like in full glam at breakfast. I'd be like sweating. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just like not cut out for this like influencer life that I thought I was.
I mean, that's true too. It's like and I think people behind the scenes or people just consuming content would never know this, but I think there's a huge, even just standard in the creator world that like everyone is just always on, always looking 100. Like it's just crazy. Like I think of something like a Coachella or like a Revolve festival and just how insane that experience is, because it's just
but like
Los Angeles
I love
on
Revolve.
Yeah. Like LA.
Revolve.
I don't know. It's so crazy.
It's just really nuts. It's
like everyone just looks so fabulous.
I think the craziest part to me is that like so many people have convinced themselves that that is the whole world.
Right.
Like so many influencer people really think that like certain influencer activities are everything, and that if they're not there, they are not valid. Like that's the thing that like blows my mind. Is that I'm like, whoa, like what would happen if we like put you in like a corporate office? Like what would happen if like you had to go and like sell like manila folders? Like what would happen?
No, it's just like reality check. Like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
I don't know, like I'm craving an office job. Like I just want to, like I've never had that.
I like that.
Think, yeah, I don't know. That's the thing is I just don't know if my brain would work there.
Like proper cubicle or like more of an open free space, like
open
like
free
a Google,
space, sure.
Facebook, Google, like something like that, where they have trendy
slides
cool
in the offices.
But then again, like who am I to say like I deserve that job? Like
I don't know. The cubicle, exactly. Yeah. No,
it's so weird.
To flip it on its head though, I mean, you've obviously been in the industry for so long, a significant amount of time. Do you have then some like positive flip experiences that were just insanely like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm having this moment, whether that's like a brand partnership or like something that really stands out as like, holy shit, how is this my life?
I mean, I feel like I'm also making it sound like I don't work at all. And like, I might come out of YouTuber. No, I like work very, very, very hard. And like, I can look in the mirror and be like, I have done so much work.
Totally.
On my job, on my career, on my goals, on my I made a mood board when I was 16 and I just started YouTube. And by the time I was 25, I was like, I'd done everything that I wanted to do at 25.
Wow.
Maybe it wasn't exactly how I envisioned it when I was 16. Maybe it wasn't whatever. Some of the things were better. Some of the things weren't. But like I'd done all of it. And then I was 25 and I was like, fuck, what do I do now? I can say that that's because like I worked very hard and like I was genuine in what I did. And like I did things the way that I wanted to do them. And like, I don't know, like I'm proud of what I did. I'm really excited about the work that I put in.
Well, I think too, like you don't always need to just be posting a YouTube video or an Instagram post to validate that you are working hard. Like I think people are starting to understand it too, but there's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes, whether it's related to YouTube or not, or consulting, or you're in school, all these other things. It's like, that deserves a huge clap too.
Yeah, I think those are kind of like, those are certain things that like I look back and I'm like, okay, the hard work was worth it. When like my whole life growing up, my bedroom, I had would cut out every single Marc Jacobs campaign. And the fact that I've worked with them for like almost 3 years now is like crazy, and have done more.
I love all your photos for them. You do a great job.
I love them so much. They can have anything they want for the rest of their lives.
What did you think at 15? Like, what did you think? Okay, where am I going to be in 10 years? Did you have that like clear cut job that you thought, or you just knew the field you were going to be in?
Yeah, I think I thought I really wanted to be. I remember I did a career class and the career teacher almost failed me for the project because he said I didn't pick a practical goal. And I said that I wanted to be an actor, a director, producer, and an entrepreneur all in one. And I didn't know what that looked like yet. And that was like the pitch I gave to the class, where I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know what I would be studying in college, but I want to do all of those. And like, I want to figure out how to make it my own. And like, I realized then I was like, I don't really think I want to be an actor. I don't think I would be very good at just like, I don't think I'm patient enough to be an actor. And like, I don't think I am calm enough to just be a director on a set. And I don't think I am like what I think we believed an entrepreneur was when I was 14.
Right.
But it's cool that like, even then I like kind of told myself the job that I was going to have. And I told everyone, I was like, the job I'm going to have is not a job yet. Things that I'm excited about that I did. I think things that I look back as when the show that I worked on, a couple, I was like, so Lo Anthony's been doing these like writing scheduled, like writing prompts every day that you write about. And it's kind of made me like remember all the things that I'm really proud of.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I think like graduating college was really big. I didn't think I was going to do that in YouTube at the same time.
Yeah.
For acting stuff, I went out in an audition not knowing that it was an audition. Didn't have an agent. I'd never auditioned for anything, and I booked it, and it was a pilot, and it was crazy. That was
First
so
audition?
Fun.
Yeah, my first audition.
Damn, that's awesome.
Because I had broken up with my boyfriend, and it broke my heart, and I couldn't hold myself together. And I think they thought it was talent, but in reality, I got to set and I couldn't speak, and they had to cut me out of it basically. But like, we still did it, and it didn't get picked up or whatever. Proud of that. And then when I actually like trained as an actor and was like, this is something that I would like to at least try. We did a show with the people that did To All the Boys called My Bed Ex. It was really cute. It was like they did To All the Boys, which was like an adaptation of the book. Like, like rom-coms. And they were like, why don't we do like a quirky rom-com with like a dead character and make it
that's so
and
fun.
When we got noticed, like we all got an email. I got called. They're like, oh, the show's going to Hulu. We were like, that's cool.
That's really cool.
They didn't put a marketing budget behind it, so like very few people saw it, and like the production heads of both companies ended up like moving, so it kind of got like shuffled underneath everything. But
I hate how much that happens. Like it happens far too often that a great show just doesn't have the right marketing behind it, and it just flops. Like we
got like 2 shitty billboards somewhere, and I was like, that's cool. Like that's fun.
It's crazy to know how much marketing actually, no matter how good the show is, if it just doesn't fall into the right hands, like that bothers me.
But you know what? I got to do it. It was fun. And
that's awesome.
That I don't really want to do it forever.
Yeah, well, that's good too.
And it was fun to experience that. Was it the same thing for you? Are you still actively working in the acting space, or are you focusing more on like entrepreneur endeavors?
I still audition for things. I still have the same agent that I've had the entire time. I guess the only difference is I feel like the projects that come my way now are one, like either not my right age demo. Like I'm in a really strange place where I'm not going to play the like 28-year-old or 25-year-old lawyer because I look too young for that. But then I'm also like a little bit too developed and like kind of look old enough that I shouldn't be in high school either. So it leaves you in like a really strange place where it's like, I think I, am talented enough that like, if I wanted to like be on a show like Suits and like could be a lawyer, like I would love that. But it's like, I'm 5 or 8 years off. Like, I'm just like,
it's also,
I feel like I'm in an in-between stage kind of.
I feel like also the way, I mean, we've seen it happen with a bunch of huge like YouTube stars then going to Disney or doing like getting traditional roles based off of like their online success. So it's going to be something really interesting to see how that continues to develop. And I mean, it's already, I mean, the whole stigma of people being internet famous or internet, whatever, YouTubers, whatever, that is already slowly day by day, I feel like getting torn down a little bit. There's always that thing where it's like, oh, they're from the internet, But I think in 5-10 years, like it's all going to be blurred. Like you look at,
it's just going to flow.
Total side note, did anyone else see Mason Disick, as in Kourtney Kardashian's son, on TikTok live stream?
No, but I heard about this, and then didn't they like take him off of
they've been taking him off of like Instagram, and he made a TikTok. It's just like actually hilarious. But I saw this clip of it, and he was talking about, he's like, well, Addison, what's her last name? The TikTok.
Addison Rae.
They're like, Addison Rae is a celebrity, and he's like basically arguing how she's a celebrity. And to him, who is like the most mainstream type of actual celebrity, like reality TV star, his celebrity is an Addison Rae, and he doesn't see like a difference between that or a TV actor, right?
Interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see like in 10, 15, I mean, less than that, I think, of how that's all just going to get blurred even more.
Totally. I think that's why you can't like shut the door on anything necessarily, but you also can't like want it tomorrow. It's just like, you have to realize that like this, I think just like entertainment as a whole is in such a weird spot, and you just have to be like kind of ready to navigate it as it comes.
I think so too. And I think it's a little bit of a game of patience, and like kind of similar to your original point. It's like the right place, the right time, the right things will line up. You just kind of have to give out to the universe. And as long as, I believe this, as long as you're working hard and making the right connections and like putting your best foot forward, like the right things will come your way, even if it's not tomorrow,
Yeah, totally.
And that's the thing. I think we're in such like the immediacy, like everyone wants things now. And that is the one industry where it's like, it doesn't matter if you go on 10 auditions. It doesn't matter if you go on 100 or you go on one, like you can't control the end game because there's so many varying factors. So it's like, you can't just get it all now with that type of industry.
Yeah. But it's also the same with, I think, the internet. People are like fooled into thinking that it happens tomorrow.
Yeah, like a viral video and then you're this thing.
Yeah, and that does not happen for very many people. And if it does happen for you, it's almost kind of scary because you're like, how long is this going to last if you go viral tomorrow?
Totally. How do you deal with the day-to-day now? Like, this is a bit of a segue, but like, I'm sure our listeners are curious. I think a lot of people wonder like what teams look like for people. Do you have like a manager still? Do you have an agent? Like, how does that all flow? Especially in LA, I feel like it's very complicated.
At one point, I think right before I like broke down and like couldn't really do YouTube anymore, I had a huge team. I had 2 agents, 2 managers. I had a manager, a manager's assistant, and like a second assistant. And so all 3 of them were on my team. I had an assistant, I had an editor, and I had like an MCN network partner. So I had my 2 agents, I had my manager, her assistant, a second assistant, my assistant. Who else?
You had a proper small army.
Yeah,
I had like 8 people. I had 8 people on my team.
Oh my God.
And
that's a lot.
It was I'd never, unless you were like Miley Cyrus, you don't need that many people on your team.
Right.
Like that's nuts. I think ultimately in like my perfect dream world, I would just have my manager and things would be great. Right now I currently have my manager, my manager's assistant, my assistant, and then that's it.
That's nice.
I have my acting agent, but I kind of called him and was like, hey, we're not going to do this for a while. I need to like focus on like what I really want to do.
Totally.
So we have him. I have a couple like acting agents, but I've kind of put that on time out for now. So yeah, now it's just me and my manager mostly, and then our assistants coordinate stuff, but it's just the 2 of us and things have been good. I think I'm going to go look for an agent soon or take more meetings with agents to see.
Yeah.
That's really what I want to do. And I might start working with a producer to just kind of start making more elevated stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I feel like something about LA specifically is so interesting from a team perspective because it's just so different, I think, than what we have in Canada. Like,
who do you work with?
Well, I had a team for a while. I had a manager and there was 2 assistants. So there was 3 of them. And I liked that, but part of me always thought that I would do better on my own. And so I left them a year and a half ago now. And I'm so much happier. Like I love managing everything on my own. I like being the face of my brand. I like talking to the clients, but I enjoy that. So like, I've just made the best of it, and I have a film agent, but I don't know. Like, I feel like beyond that, like the new business part of it, I feel like is less of a thing in Canada. Whereas like a manager for you is probably out there, like seeking like amazing partnerships or like a bigger brand deal. And I just feel like in Canada, that's not really the case. Like it's just
I don't think it's as competitive in Canada.
True.
Totally. You're so right.
And I also, I have my lawyer too. So we have like, that's
a lot.
The squad. But
are MCMs still a big thing down in LA? Because they're not a big thing here anymore.
They were for a while, and for a while they kind of did a lot for you. I was with Style Hall for a while and I really liked them. They were really, really great. But yeah, in LA, I feel like, it just depends on what you want to do. Like, I don't have a manager to manage my socials per se. Like, she does it, but I got that manager because I was like writing and selling TV shows for a minute. And that's kind of still my, like, is that where I'm going to navigate? So my manager is at Management 360 and she looks over like unconventional talent because 360 is a very traditional entertainment industry.
Okay.
Entertainment management company. So they manage like mostly actors and writers. And then she manages like a couple, I think she has me and like one other influencer. But I didn't meet her through YouTube. I met her through my acting agent. He was just like, hey, you're selling TV shows. Like, we need you to have like a traditional manager.
Proper,
and I got put in with her because she has a couple other influencers and reality stars.
So she knew that landscape. See, that's the thing too. It's like you're offering more than one thing. Like, you need someone that understands that and can navigate that and obviously get you the best deals no matter what it is, whether that's a TV show or a brand deal.
Yeah, and she's like as crazy as me, where like I'll have an idea and she's like, that's actually like not nuts. Like, maybe we should pursue that.
Oh, I like that.
Or like I'll have an idea that like probably won't make much money and she'll still be like, you know what? Like, let's just do it anyway.
Oh, that's so great.
She'll put the work in knowing that it might never sell because it's like way too out there. But I don't know.
That's what you really need, is just someone that has your back, that's encouraging you and pushing you to do the next thing. So
I think it's easy. Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead. No.
No, I was gonna say, I think it's easy too, like, to forget about those passion projects, whether it's about making money or not, because it's like, at the end of the day, we're in a creative field. And if you're not doing things that are creatively fulfilling, sure, I get dollar bills are important. Like, I get it. But also you need to have like a healthy mix of, okay, this is creatively fulfilling. I've been wanting to do this, even if it's not a moneymaker. Or if I go in the hole, or
if I go in the hole, what's
go
that?
in the hole. Like, go in the hole of money?
Like losing money.
Yeah.
Because even for like a minute, like I took a year where like I told her, I was like, I don't want to work at all this year. Like I want to finish college. I've been working since I was 16.
Yeah.
I've saved up enough money where I don't need to be like incredibly stressed out. Like let's keep working with the brands that we have like really, really good partnerships with that I really enjoy working for. But like, I'm not going to take over a brand deal that's going to make me a ton of money, but like suck the joy out of me. Like it's not worth it to me. And she was like, I respect that. Let's totally do it. And the whole time she was like, meet up with this writer, try to like work with her. Does this person make sense to you? Like, she's just always someone that's like had my best interest at heart and is like more of a big sister than a manager at this point. Like, I don't know. I've called her in quarantine for emotional support more than I've called her for like career advice.
Right. But that's good. Like, and that's the thing, the lines blur, especially in this industry of like personal to business. Like you kind of have to have a healthy mix of both with the people that you're close with.
It's so true. Well, we like to finish this podcast by playing a game. We play it every single time we end the podcast. And it's called Roses and Thorns, and it's a gratitude game. So
I love Roses and Thorns.
Oh, you know it. Yes. Okay, good. So Jack, you kick it off.
Crazy. Okay. Okay. Thorn. Thorn is that. Oh, I wasn't ready for this. Thorn is that we don't have Zoom Pro, and it has been a problem for the last 3 weeks. So we just need to spend, I think it's
we're cheap asses. We're going to buy it. This
might be a business investment we're going to have to go in the hole for.
Yeah.
Go in the hole.
And then a rose is, actually, it was so nice having you on, Alexa. I feel like I've heard so many things about you, and I've seen your YouTube career, I feel like from the OG days. So this was super exciting to chat and hear more about, the things that are going on the back end. So it's super
I'm excited to talk to you too. This was so nice.
Oh, thanks. And then another rose is, you know what? It was a rainy day this morning and the sun has now come through. I'm like staring at this like beautiful sky. So I think I'm going to go for a nice little walk and get some steps in. Torri beat me last week we had like an Apple Watch challenge, and she like doubled her score against me. So I'm like, I need to move my body more during this quarantine. So I'm going to go on a little walk. Isolated though. Everyone listening, do not worry. Do not panic. And then a Rosebud, something I'm looking forward to is Mother's Day on Sunday, actually. Yeah. I'm going to make my mom like her favorite like pasta dish, and I'll get to see my mom, which will be nice.
Yeah. Nice. What about you, Alexa? You kick it off. A thorn, 2 roses, and a rosebud.
I think the thorn is that they've closed down all the beaches.
Oh, yeah.
Which like we have like this tiny private beach near my house that no one was going to, and it was totally safe.
Oh,
and
now
you can't go there anymore. They closed the beach, which was like the best. But the rose is that it's open from 6 to 10 for exercise.
Oh, that's good.
The rose, and then I'm looking forward to getting to see friends in real life.
Retweet. My thorn is that it really feels like Friday, and in fact it's Thursday. So that's a thorn.
Thorn energy for sure.
Yeah. Thorn energy.
And then a rose is I have to also steal Jack's, because having you on, Alexa, is so nice. I love hearing the stories, and it's so crazy because I feel like I've actually known you for so long, because I think I met you at like Madison's like
what was the story of how you guys met? 13th birthday.
I think it was like 14th or 15th.
No, it was her 13th with
house in Malibu.
Oh, no, I was thinking of the other one, which you definitely came to with like, what's Vanessa Hudgens' sister's name? Yeah, Stella. You were there. I'm almost sure.
Wait, what did we do at her birthday?
There was a red carpet, and it was like at a club. Jaden Smith was there. This is a real
throwback. God, yes.
Yeah. So I met you at her 13th birthday, which is crazy.
Madison for so long.
Yeah, that's insane.
We both know because we fangirled over each other at Cody Simpson's birthday.
Yes. Yeah. There's been just many moments.
That's too fun.
But yeah, no, so funny. So
I know, this is so nice.
That was a rose. And then Rosebud is the borders are literally closed. So I couldn't be in LA even if I wanted to be. So I look forward for the day that I get to show up in LA when the borders reopen. And yeah, that's it. I'm ready to like hit up Malibu or
get some sweet green and live that true life.
That's
Do
what
you
I'm
guys not have
saying.
sweet green?
Oh God, no. We talk about this all the time. We think there's a big missing business opportunity here in Toronto. There's like a few like healthy restaurants that have like good salads, but there's not a proper like kind of grab and go sweet green tender, like none of that. And we think someone needs to monopolize on this.
Why
I
is it
agree.
you?
I mean,
I know. Let's start a salad
Poddy
business.
taco salad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's our new business venture. Yeah, something's missing. Now's not the time to start a business though, I think. So we'll have to put that on hold.
It's true. Well, Alexa, thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
that was
so
another
much.
episode of Poddy Talk, the podcast where we
shit talk ourselves. I'm Jack.
And I'm Tor. And that was Alexa LOSEY. Go follow her. I'm going to leave all the links below. Thanks, Alexa.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Bye.